I'd like to call to order tonight's special board meeting of the Richfield Park Board of Education. The time is now 8:01 and the date is February 7th, 2023. We can salute the flag. Ms. Grabstein.
The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Ridgefield Park Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Bergen Record, Star Ledger, Municipal Building, Board of Education offices, and district website. Public participation instructions. Public participation will be conducted both in person and virtually through Zoom. All public will be muted throughout the meeting. Public participation comments are limited to 5 minutes. The public will be able to both speak and be seen by the board when participating virtually or telephonically via Zoom. Individuals participating virtually that wish to make comments during public participation will need to raise their hand by clicking the blue hand icon at the bottom of their Zoom window. Individuals participating by telephone that wish to make comments during public participation will need to hit *9 on their telephone to raise their hand. The business administrator, board secretary will then unmute individuals one at a time to speak in the order that their hand was raised.
Have a roll call.
Mr. Cathcart. Mr. Cooney.
Here.
Mrs. Kraft. Here. Mr. Phytros.
Here.
Mr. Gomes.
Here.
Mrs. McNeil. Here. Mrs. Rodriguez. Here. Ms. Velez.
Here.
Mrs. Orth. Here. And President Martinez.
Here.
Others present, Business Administrator Carrie Epstein, State Monitor, Mr. Tom Egan, and Board Attorney, Mr. David Disler.
Thank you. If I can have a motion to open up the public participation part, and there's a sign-in sheet in the back of the room.
Make a motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Take the roll. Mr. Cooney,
Yes.
Ms. Velez,
Yes.
Mrs. Kraft. Yes. Mr. Phytros,
Yes.
Mr. Gomes,
Yes.
Mrs. McNeil,
Yes.
Mrs. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Mrs. Orth,
Yes.
and President Martinez.
Yes. Do we have the portal open for people online? Okay. Going once?
Seeing as no comments, I make a motion that we move to executive session.
Second.
I'm going to take the roll to go into executive session. Mr. Cooney,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mrs. McNeil,
Yes.
Mrs. Kraft. Yes. Mr. Phytros,
Yes.
Mr. Gomes,
Yes.
Mrs. Rodriguez,
Yes.
Ms. Velez,
Yes.
Mrs. Orth,
Yes.
and President Martinez.
Yes. we can close this meeting and we will not be returning back to public.